let's read it. And actually, I'm going to grab you a highlighter. I want you to highlight any words you don't have. If you don't know a word, highlight it. Yeah. Okay? All right. A gallery. You know what a gallery is?
Yeah, a lot. I like big thing, right?
Big thing.
Yeah.
It's like a museum. Okay?
Yeah.
Like a museum. All right. A gallery in New York exhibited a collection of 2 million live army ants on loan from Central America in a one-colony show entitled Patterns and Structures. Do you know what an ant is?
Yeah, I know that.
Like a tiny little, yeah, okay. They were displayed on sand in a huge square bin, walled by plastic sides high enough to prevent them from crawling over and out into Manhattan. The inventor of the work, Alan Sonfist, arranged and rearranged the location of food sources in different places according to his inspiration and their taste. And they formed themselves into long, black, ropey patterns, extended like writhing limbs, hands, fingers across the sand in crescents, crisscrosses, long ellipses from one station to another. Whew! It's a long sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what writhing means? Okay, let's highlight it. Do you know what ellipses are? Let's highlight it. Gotta how you highlight it, okay? Alright. So what do you think this is about so far? So far, let's just stop.
It's about like the New York people are like army, and there were many people there, and like they are like a sand, big sands.
But this, you know that this is still about the ants. So this is a gallery show. So that means like an art show. Yeah. This is about an art show, like the ants or the art show, okay? Thus deployed, they were watched with intensity by the crowds of winter carapace people who lined up in neat rows to gaze down at them. The ants were together with the New Yorkers, an abstraction, alive, mobile, an action painting, a piece of found art, a happening, a parody, depending on the light. All right, do you know, which words in here do you not know? Because there's some big words in here. Deployed?
Yeah.
You know deployed? Winter carapace? I don't even know what that means, to be honest. I'll have to look that up. Okay. Abstraction? You know what that means? No? All right. Parody? Okay. I can imagine the people moving around the edges of the plastic barrier, touching shoulder to shoulder, sometimes touching hands, exchanging bits of information, nodding, smiling sometimes, prepared as New Yorkers always are to take flight at a moment's notice, their mitochondria fully stocked and steaming. They move in orderly lines around the box, crowding one another precisely, without injury, peering down, nodding, and then backing off to let new people in. Seen from a distance, clustered
Jeremy
densely
Smith, please come
around
up to
the
the
white
front lobby.
plastic
Your ride
box,
is waiting, please. Jeremy Smith.
containing the long serpentine lines of army ants turning to each other and murmuring repetitively. They seem an absolute marvel. They might have dropped here from another planet. Okay, so what is this talking about?
The New York people are like there are a lot of people they can take in there.
Yeah, they're kind of talking about how they moved to. Yeah, like an army of ants. Serpentine, it's like snake-like, kind of like a snake. They're saying they kind of move like a snake, okay? A serpent. Okay. So let's start looking at the questions. 4. Which of the following words most clearly connects to the word writhing? Okay, so he just wants you to come up with a word that means...
Delaney Whitley, please come to the front lobby.
He wants you to come up with a word. Which of the following words most clearly connects to the word writhing? Which one is it most related to?
Taylor Miller, your ride is at the front door, please.
So,
Taylor Miller, your ride is at the front door, please.
So that we don't have to flip back and forth, let's write all of our options down and then we'll read through and see which makes the most sense, okay? So I'm going to write down all of our options and we're going to find writhing, the story, and see which one we think, okay? So we have mobile, touching, stoked, crowding, or serpentine. Okay, it says writhing is on line 8. So can you find writhing? We've highlighted it all already, okay? So let's read it again to make sure we know what writhing means, okay? So, I'm going to start from here because I think this will give us enough context. They formed themselves into long, black, ropey patterns, extended like writhing limbs, hands, fingers, across the sand in crescents, crisscrosses, and long ellipses from one station to another. What do you think writhing might mean? Long, black, ropey. What's a rope?
Rope, like rope?
You know what a rope is? Like a piece of rope?
Oh, yeah.
Like a long...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So they're saying long, black, ropey patterns. So, woo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like, I think snake.
I think you might be right. Okay, so let's look at our options. Mobile. It's kind of like what? Do you know what mobile is? Well, that's one form of mobile. But if you are mobile, you're like walking. You're moving.
Oh.
Okay, you're mobile. All right, touching. You know what that means. Stoked. Crowding. Or serpentine. I think you might be right. Like writhing, because a rope is kind of like the same. Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing as a snake, kind of, in a way,
come
right?
to the front lobby.
Okay. The purpose for the author's use of the simile in line 8 and 9 is to draw a comparison between the ants and the display and, I'm going to do it again so we don't have to flip back and forth, ropes, humans, punctuation, familiar shapes, desert dwellers. Okay, so we're gonna yes, I do. I have a big old box you can have all of them. Okay, so ropes, humans, punctuation, familiar shape, and desert dwellers. So it says in lines 8 and 9, so we're gonna reread that, okay? So we find line 8, there's 5.
I'm thinking maybe.
Well, you can count down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's the same line. All right. Form themselves into long, black, ropey patterns, extended like writhing limbs, hands, fingers across the sand in crescents, crisscrosses, and long ellipses from one station to another. So what do you think he's trying to say they're like? Is he trying to say that they're like ropes? He's talking about the ants here, right?
Yeah.
This is still about the ants. What is he trying to say that they are like? Ropes, humans, punctuation, which is like a period, exclamation point, question mark. Familiar shapes or desert dwellers. What do you think? Desert dwellers. What did you say last time? Do you remember? Because haven't you taken this before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have your old copy?
No.
No, you took it?
No. We just doing the computer. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Before, especially for the test.
Okay, gotcha. Desert dwellers.
I think because like the line I say in the sand word it's just that one. Or the first one, the rope.
Well, he's saying they are like black ropey patterns. But I think he's trying to go deeper than ropes, okay? He's saying he's using that as an analogy, but I think he's trying to go a little deeper. So let's eliminate ropes. Is there any others you think you can eliminate? Anyone you're like, this is not, I
Jeremy
think you're
Smith,
right.
if
Yeah.
you're in the building,
It's not
please report to the
punctuation.
front lobby. Your ride is here. Jeremy Smith, please report to the front lobby for your afternoon ride.
Let's see, the inventor of the work element. So they were displayed on sand. On sand. Okay? Who are the people that he talks about? What kind of
New York.
New Yorkers? Do New Yorkers live in the desert?